of what's going on this extraterrestrial or UFO phenomena here, but you know, it lends to a lot of truth, and like Justin was saying last week, this is perfect for skeptics because they can examine some of the evidence. And I just wanted to say a quote with Sergeant Clifford Stone was one of the first sergeants that came out to speak on ufology and evidence. And he goes, you know, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. You know, there is definitely tons and tons of evidence out there. And they're just saying that they don't have enough evidence. They have it, they're just not, you know, taking it seriously or hiding it. And just like the documentary says, they just didn't lie about a few things or some things. It was so incredible because they lied about everything. So, you know, when you lie about everything, it's very hard to find where the truth is. It's easier to keep a lie going than to, you know, uncover the truth.
And that's why it's great as researchers, because we get to actually dig into this stuff, unbiased people, seek out, you know, individuals and people that, you know, work in these black ops and secret government, people that had cosmic clearance like Mr. Bob Dean, just incredible testimonials that all line up with each other. Henry Deacon.
There's so many of them. A lot of the interviews are on that Project Camelot website, but there's so many, and they're willing to testify to Congress. They say this over and over again, but the Congress has to sort of take them seriously or put forth that this is a priority now. And the only way this is going to be a priority, seriously, is if we start seeing some sightings globally, massive sightings, that it's going to wind up then becoming a priority because they can't cover up as much as, you know, that much information. It's become more and more difficult. And I know the Disclosure Project with Dr. Stephen Greer, he's been pushing, he's advised our presidents, he's been pushing for disclosure, and I believe with that kind of force and power behind it's just a matter of time. They say that any day now. Supposedly Barack Obama was supposed to come out and say something about it, but obviously he's got other things on his mind right now that are taking precedence over this, like trying to get a healthcare system going, and whatever that might turn out to be. I don't know. Maybe we're better off finding out about the extraterrestrials so we can heal ourselves than to find out, fix a broken system of healthcare. But that's another whole story there.
Definitely. And the thing with that is, and you mentioned once we start seeing worldwide these UFO sightings, I think it's already started for a long time, because you could look on MUFON and some of these big UFO networks, and there's sightings every single day from around the world. And I could spend hours every day just researching the latest UFO sightings, and they look to be authentic, a lot of them.
And since we've been posting, by the way, this is our 10th show, and we're getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of viewers and a lot of private emails, I guess, are going to our website. And there are people from all over the world. I can't impress you all enough to keep those comments coming in, and we love reading your emails because it just substantiates the fact that all over the world, people come out and say, you know, we just got one on the sheriff. It's been 5 years. I've seen exactly the same thing that you're showing us. People are coming forward, and I think this is what this show is all about, is just to get a census that there are a lot of people out there. They seem not to have a voice. They probably talk amongst themselves, but you know, if you're not involved with this as you're in the scientific field or in anything to do with UFOs, it sort of seems crazy in your little circle of friends to be talking about these things. So people don't, and this is a forum for people to come out and say, you know, I've seen that too, and keep up the good work, and you know, I'd like to show you our footage. Or, I mean, it's all over the world, Justin. I'm so impressed. The more I read these emails, the more I feel like this is the time is right to have our show and to have everyone interconnecting with each other, because that's the power behind the government that where the leaders will have to follow in what the mandate of the people want, you know. And I guess if they're ever on YouTube and watching our show, if you're out there, hello to our leaders, and you know, start taking us seriously, because we are seriously interested in learning about the world that we live in, and this is you know, our undeniable right. I know Kennedy spoke a lot about that.
Very much.
Eisenhower spoke a lot about that. What happened? What happened that we don't have a right anymore? You know, what happened that we can just change our constitutional rights? What happened to our government that they can take away our freedoms and classify us as not a need to know, or we're not sane, or we're lunatics or something, if we come out with something that doesn't fit their agenda.
And you know what it is. It's a huge, huge, huge cover-up. It is the biggest story ever denied. It's the biggest lie there is, and I think part of the reasoning they haven't released this information publicly to the mass people is because they would lose control instantly over people, because it opens up that Pandora's box, and then we find out not just this is a lie, but everything they've told us is a lie, and they could easily lose control over us. I think that's why they're maybe holding back with releasing the info to the mass public.
And they're still under the illusion that we can have control over the ETs and space out there, and there's no way, because every time we try to weaponize space, somehow or another it gets dismantled or blown up, or so that obviously they're not allowing us. We're like you know, children playing in a minefield, and the adults who are the ETs are out there saying, "Oh no, we're not going to allow this to happen. You can play here, but you can't blow anything up." You know, I really think that they're seeing that, you know, we have this technology which could be very dangerous, not only to us, but to them and the rest of the universe too. And they're not going to let us, you know, fire burns, and they're not going to let us put the whole universe on fire there with our weapons of mass destruction. But we have those that are in power in our government and our military that are dead, you know, set on, you know, these weapons of mass destruction. And I think this is where push is going to come to shove, and the ETs are going to discount them, dismantle their weapons of mass destruction, and start contacting those of us who are open to receive whatever vibrations, whatever energy, whether it be a meditation or prayer, whatever direction we can get that will bring us to a peaceful, more benevolent society where all of us can grow and become into this new higher level of consciousness that we're in the process of manifesting right now. But these birth pains are quite painful, and I think sooner or later something's going